Everyone knows about hot flashes, but by the time hot flashes start, you've probably been in perimenopause for years. There are 3 signs that show up much earlier, and almost no one talks about them. If any of these sound familiar, your body has already been signaling you. Let's be completely honest with each other. When we turn 40, we expect a few gray hairs. We expect a few lines around our eyes. But nobody gives us a manual for what happens inside our bodies. Most of us associate the hormonal shift with our 50s. We think it happens suddenly. We picture ourselves suddenly waking up drenched in sweat. But that is actually the middle or even the end of the story. The real transition starts much earlier. It sneaks up on you in your early or mid-40s. It can last anywhere from 5 to 10 years before your period actually stops. During this time, your body is speaking to you. It is dropping subtle hints every single day. For a long time, I had no idea what these hints meant. I thought I was just losing my edge. I thought I was failing at handling my life. One of these 3 early signs was so subtle that I dismissed it as simple life stress for over 2 years. I know I did. And I bet many of you are doing the exact same thing right now. Let's break down these silent signals together. We will decode what your body is trying to say. Imagine you're standing in your kitchen. You open the refrigerator door, you're staring at the shelves, but for the life of you, you cannot remember what you needed, or maybe you are at work, you're speaking to a colleague, mid-sentence, a very common word just vanishes from your mind. You know the word, you used it yesterday, but right now your brain feels like a blank chalkboard. This is not standard tiredness. It is a distinct, frustrating mental fuzziness. We often call it brain fog. We live incredibly full lives. We are managing careers. We are raising teenagers. We are taking care of aging parents. So when our memory slips, we immediately find an excuse. We say, I have too much on my plate. We say, I'm just overworked this week. We blame the modern world. We blame our smartphones. We look at external reasons because admitting an internal change feels scary. Let's look at the science without the medical jargon. Your brain is packed with hormone receptors. Estrogen plays a massive role in your head. It helps regulate your brain's communication system. It manages chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, and acetylcholine. These chemicals dictate your focus, your mood, and your memory. Think of estrogen as the background music at a beautiful party. When the music plays smoothly, the guests mingle effortlessly, the conversations flow. But in early perimenopause, your estrogen levels begin to fluctuate. The background music starts flickering, the track skips. Suddenly, the guests lose their train of thought. Your brain hasn't changed its capability. The background music is just skipping. You do not have to accept this as your new permanent reality. There are practical ways to steady the music. Prioritize strength training. This is one of the best tools for women over 40. Lifting weights does more than build physical muscle. Studies show it directly improves cognitive function. It stimulates brain chemicals that help you focus. Your brain also needs high-quality fats to build healthy cell membranes. Think of omega-3 fatty acids as grease for your mental gears. You can get them from wild-caught fish, walnuts, or high-quality supplements and protect your sleep quality above everything else. Your brain washes away cellular waste while you sleep. If you cut your sleep short, the fog will thicken the next morning. Create a dark, cool room. Turn off your screens an hour before bed. Give your brain the reset time it desperately needs. If sign 1 already sounds familiar, stay with me. The next 2 signs are even more commonly dismissed. And if you want to keep decoding these signals week by week, subscribe. There is a new video every week. Let's move to the second sign. This one can feel incredibly isolating. You might be driving down a familiar road, or maybe you're standing in a quiet grocery aisle. Everything in your life is objectively fine. The bills are paid, your family is safe, but suddenly a wave of panic hits you. Your chest feels tight, your heart rate quickens. You feel a strange, low-grade worry humming in the background of your day. It feels like you're waiting for bad news, but no bad news is coming. It arrives completely out of nowhere. As women, we are highly conditioned to carry emotional weight. When this random anxiety appears, we look for a logical reason. We say, I have always been a bit of a worrier. We look at our partners, our schedules, or the news. We say it is just the state of the world right now. We assume our minds are failing us. We rarely suspect that our physical ovaries are actually changing the chemical balance. This random anxiety is closely tied to your second major hormone, progesterone. Progesterone is your body's natural calming agent. It works directly on your nervous system. It acts like a natural built-in relaxation response. During the earliest phase of perimenopause, progesterone is often the very first hormone to drop. It declines much faster than estrogen does. Progesterone is a natural anxiety medication that your body manufactures for free. It acts like a thick cushion buffer between you and the stressors of life. When your production drops, that cushion is suddenly stripped away. Now every little bump in the road hits your nervous system directly. You feel exposed. You're not suddenly becoming fragile. You have just lost your chemical buffer. When your body stops making enough of its own calming chemistry, you must provide support from the outside. Start with magnesium glycinate taken in the evening. This specific form is highly absorbable. It directly relaxes tight muscles. It also calms an overactive nervous system, helping you rest. Next, conduct an honest caffeine audit in the afternoon. Caffeine stays in your system for many hours. When your progesterone is high, you can handle a 3 p.m. coffee without trouble. When progesterone drops, that same late coffee acts like lighter fluid on your anxiety. Switch to herbal options after midday. Finally, learn the 4-7-8 breathing technique. This is a physical override switch for your nervous system. Inhale quietly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale completely through your mouth for 8 seconds. Repeat this cycle 4 times. It physically forces your heart rate to slow down. It tells your brain that you are safe. The third sign is the most physical one, but it is still frequently misunderstood. Your menstrual cycle begins to change its predictable pattern. For decades, you knew exactly when it would arrive, but now it becomes unpredictable. Perhaps your cycle changes from 28 days down to 24 days. Maybe you suddenly skip a month entirely, or maybe your periods become unusually heavy or unusually light. Your typical PMS symptoms might start lasting for 2 full weeks instead of 2 days. We have been taught that menopause means your period stops. That is the common narrative. So as long as our cycle shows up, eventually we assume everything is normal. We say bodies just do weird things sometimes. We blame a vacation, we blame a cold, we treat each irregular month as an isolated accident. We ignore the bigger picture. Your menstrual cycle is your body's monthly health report card. It requires a perfect, delicate balance of hormonal signals to run on time. When your ovarian reserve begins to decline, the communication loop between your brain and your ovaries gets loud and messy. These subtle cycle changes are the very first objective markers of the hormonal shift. They regularly appear years before you experience a single hot flash. Think of your cycle like a grand-grandfather clock. For 40 years, the internal gears have turned perfectly. The clock chimes exactly on the hour. But as the gears wear down, the timing slips. The chime happens a few minutes early. Then it happens a few minutes late. The clock isn't broken. The internal gears are just shifting their speed. A brief but important note: if you ever experience sudden, extremely heavy bleeding that floods through protection quickly, please have that checked by a healthcare provider. It is always best to rule out any underlying issues calmly and safely. Stop relying on your memory. Use a simple paper notebook or a basic tracking app on your phone. Record the exact day your bleeding starts. Note the intensity of your flow. Track your moods and your energy levels. When you look at the data over 6 months, you will stop guessing. You will see the clear hormonal patterns emerging. This data gives you control. The second step is reducing sugar and refined carbohydrates, especially in the second half of your cycle. This sounds like generic health advice, but there is a specific reason it matters here. Your ovaries and your pancreas share the same hormonal communication pathways. Every time your blood sugar spikes, your body floods the system with insulin. High insulin levels interfere directly with the signals your brain sends to your ovaries. It disrupts the precise timing of ovulation. Your cycle starts shifting its schedule. By keeping your blood sugar stable, you reduce one of the most common hidden triggers of irregular periods. The third step is an honest look at your alcohol intake. Even moderate drinking has a direct effect on your cycle at this stage. Your liver has 2 jobs running in parallel. It processes alcohol and it breaks down and clears excess estrogen from your body. When your liver is busy clearing alcohol, estrogen does not get cleared efficiently. It builds up. That excess estrogen makes your periods heavier. It intensifies PMS symptoms. It adds chaos to a cycle that is already trying to find a new rhythm. Even cutting back by 2 or 3 drinks per week can make a noticeable difference within one cycle. If you're experiencing any of these 3 signs, please take a deep breath. These changes do not mean you're broken. They do not mean you're getting old or losing your vitality. They simply mean your body is entering a brand new chapter of its life. For generations, women have been expected to suffer through this time in complete silence. We were told that it was all in our heads, but your experiences are real, your symptoms are biological. The earlier you learn to recognize these subtle body signals, the more choices you have. You do not have to sit back and watch your body change. You can actively adjust your lifestyle. You can alter your movement, your rest, and your nutrition to perfectly support the woman you're becoming. This transition can be a time of deep empowerment. It forces us to stop putting everyone else first. It forces us to finally listen to ourselves. I want to hear from you now. Which of these 3 early signs surprised you the most today, or which one have you been dismissing as just stress in your own life? Let's start a conversation down in the comments below.